What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big NCAA opening lines early leans show that we shoot every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern. To watch the entire show, just hit the link on the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. Let's move on to 3:30 p.m. This is a John Ryan look here. Number 24 ranked Iowa, 4-2, 4-2 in the Big Ten at Illinois, 2-3, 2-3 in the Big Ten. Memorial Stadium, Champaign, Illinois, 43 Fahrenheit, mostly sunny, 12 miles per hour. This is usually the time of year where it gets real cold and windy. That is not the case. Both teams coming off wins over Nebraska. We are dealing with Iowa as 13-point favorites. That's moved to 12.5 at the leading indicator books. This total at 50 or 49. After opening the season with 2 straight losses, the Hawkeyes have now won 4 straight. Most recently, a closer than expected 26-20 win at home over Nebraska. Illinois' game with Ohio State was canceled last week due to positive COVID tests in the Buckeye program. After Illinois opened their season with 3 straight losses, they've now put together back-to-back wins. Most recently, 2 weeks ago, their best game of the year at Nebraska, 41-23 victory for Illinois. John Ryan, Iowa, Illinois, take it away.
Well, if you've been listening to us for any stretch of time, you know what my pick is going to be already. It's Iowa. In case you wanted to know, Illinois is 19-20 against the last 39 times they've had a last home game. So we don't get anything there. But these two teams, in my opinion, are vastly different. Illinois is coming off a game where the offense really did get into gear. They scored, I think, 20-some in the first half. I'll try to find that real quick here. They scored more than 20. They scored more than 24. I know that in the first half of the last game. In the following game, after doing that, they're 11-28 against the number. So Illinois has traditionally been a team where if you get a game where they have outperformed their norms, they have a tremendous propensity to revert back down to the mean, and actually some more cases than not below the mean. So this is a situation where Iowa, as Jimmy alluded to, had a much closer game against Nebraska. As a result, they underperformed. Now you're getting an underperformed team that's better already playing an Illinois team that vastly overperformed, and the result is I think Iowa covers it by at least 10.
So do you think because of the poor performance by Iowa this past week and the great performance by Illinois 2 weeks ago, that this is a line that we should wait on? We already see a 12.5 from a leading indicator book offshore. Do we think that could move to 12 and 11.5 and 11?
I think it'll actually go the other way around.
Okay.
So I would take 50% of your normal size bet and get it now, and then see what happens. Unless there's COVID news, I don't see this line getting below 10.5 and certainly not below 10. But again, that's the reason the 50%, because you can get your face ripped off pretty easily with this news that comes about that nobody can predict.
All right, we have John on Iowa here. Let's head over to CMac. We're in Champaign, Illinois for this Big Ten battle. Iowa, Illinois, take it away.
Yeah, I think Iowa wins here. I just don't like it. I made the mistake last week. I think they go in there and win and cover. I think it's 34-17, something like that. But, I got caught doing it. I just laying too many here with Iowa. They're just not a team that I like to lay double digits on the road that often, and even at home, and it caught me last week. I think they win here. It's just not a game I want to bet on. They're the better football team. They should go in, take care of business. Illinois has been decent as a double-digit dog. They've been pretty well lately. They're 9-4 against the spread in their last 13. They're an up-and-down team in the Big Ten. I was talking about that with the Sun Belt teams like Troy and stuff. They're just, especially with COVID, they get tired. They play decent games and they play bad games. Illinois is that in the Big Ten. It's hard to gauge them. So it's Iowa here or nothing. I'm passing.
And it's a pass for CMac. Nolly Knows we're talking Big Ten, Iowa, Illinois. We have John on Iowa. They're 13-point favorites right now. And we have a total for you. Let me just grab it again. We have a total for you at 50. there are 50.5s, there are 49s, kind of all over the market right now. Nolly knows, my man. Take it away, Iowa, Illinois.
I mean, yeah, when you talk about totals, you talk about Iowa. I mean, right away, I'm always going to look towards the under. The one thing is, though, they've been able to move the ball, and their defense has been a little bit too good. You know, they're only giving up 109 yards rushing per game, which is going to be a tough task for Illinois. I think they overperformed significantly against Nebraska last week, putting up 41 points when they only averaged 21 points per game. To me, I think Iowa will be able to shut down whatever Illinois has to do. They rely heavily on the run. They look to run 42 times, only pass 23 times a game. So if they're not able to run in the game, it's going to be a long game for them. When I look at the total, I think I'm leaning towards the under. Just being that I haven't succeeded too much here with Iowa and their unders is what's kind of keeping me off. Maybe I'm shying away a little bit, but that's the way I would lean. I think it's all Iowa in this game. Might end up having to ride with John Ryan. I'm not really a sides guy, but I lean Iowa. I think it's all Iowa in this game.
Would you be interested in? I might be too low, but would you be interested in an Illinois team total under?
I definitely would, Jim, but I got to see what that's at. I didn't even really calculate that. But I think that more so be the angle. So what you got?
Interested.
So
okay,
18,
it's
36,
interested
18.
in the team total under for Illinois, but it may come out quite low. With the
It might be like a 17.5, maybe. If we get that, I'll take that.
We'll take it at 17.5.